Hey everyone, what's going on? Darby here.
Yo.
And with Zachariah, we are talking about how to use this new long form content that Conversion AI just announced. So, for the last few months, we've been helping people use Jarvis to help break through writer's block and write books at lightning speed. And this new long form content generator, I believe, is going to absolutely change the game for how people are writing books and getting, going through that writer's block and just getting the content out there, telling your story and creating a lot of impact in the world. And we're just going to kind of run through it, right? This is a test project. This just got announced an hour and a half ago. So I want to kind of like play around with what does it look like in the first place to use Jarvis to write a nonfiction book. And to give you a little context behind it, what we've been doing in the process we found when it comes to launching bestsellers in the nonfiction category is there is a proven process for this. And it's called the problem solving outline. And this is the basic idea of it. You have the what, the concept, the where, the why does it matter? And a lot of this gets answered in the first introduction of the book. But what we really need to start with is a title and an introduction so we know what we're talking about. We don't have to follow this to an exact T right now, but what the purpose is that we want to use Jarvis and the long form editor to kind of get the process rolling at a more rapid speed. Some people never get started with writing books because they don't even know where to start with the outline. And so this is kind of square one. And the goal of it is to take someone from step one, step two, step three, all the way to a conclusion. And for the example today, we're going to be working off the fly and how to becoming a rock star drummer. Now, I used to be a drummer in a former life, and I still am now. So we're just going to be playing off of this topic, and going to kind of be bouncing these ideas around with Zachariah and seeing how we can do it. Zachariah has helped over 60,000 people publish books at his company, The Book Patch. So he brings years of experience to this process and outlining. And so we're just going to be working this on the fly and walking through how you can use this tool to get your outline and get started writing your book with Jarvis.
I'm so excited. I was at obviously watched it today, and I'm so stoked to see how we can bring this and utilize this in our 7-day book writing challenge. Let's play around with it. Let's dive in and see what we can create. Drumming rock star is new to me, so I'm stoked.
Yeah, and guys, we do run these week-long challenges called the 7-day book challenge inside of our Writing with Jarvis course. If you guys would like more information on that, comment below, reach out to one of us, and we'll send you the rest of the details. But for now, let's focus in on how to becoming a rock star drummer. First, we're going to click on the new form content editor. We're starting a new project. I'm just going to say is like how to become a rock star drummer, and let's just rock with it for a little bit, right? So this is kind of the idea. Obviously, the more that you can put it up there, the better. But I'm kind of starting from the beginning and working from there, right? So how to become a rock star drummer, comprehensive guide. And these are kind of ideas for like, what's the title, the overall theme of the book going to be? Which one sticks out to you, Zachariah?
Let's see. 3 steps, 5 steps. I always like steps. So, but I don't know, Darby, you're the pro. Would 11 steps, is that too? Is 11 steps to becoming a rock star drummer? It's not super sexy, but we can roll with it.
Yeah, 11 steps to becoming a rock star drummer. Let's do this. Let's say we wanted to make an ebook to help somebody become a rock star drummer. And we wanted to use this ebook to sell a drumming course or something along those lines to get in front of more eyeballs for your main offer. So what I might actually say here is like how to become a rock star drummer. And maybe the 11 steps to becoming a rock star drummer is like the subtitle, or is that too much of a mouthful?
Yeah. I don't, generally we like to stay under 10 steps. So maybe let's do.
What if it was rock star was the title and it was 11 steps to becoming a superstar drummer or something?
There you go. I like it.
All right. So rock star, let's do this. Or 11 steps to becoming a drumming god.
There you go.
Let's go. All right, cool. So now it's going to generate the intro paragraph ideas. And this is just kind of combining some of the tools that Conversion AI has already got. So let's just look through here. And so you want to be a rock star drummer. If you're looking for the secrets, take your drumming skills to the next level, then this article is for you. Again, it's taking blogs, but we can morph it into the book context. If you want to become a Ringo Starr, this is for you.
I heard Ringo Starr wasn't even a good drummer. Is that true?
I mean, I'm not going to say anything. He's got a lot of money from the songs that he's been a part of. But yeah, so you want to become here. If you want to be the next Ringo Starr, let's just start with this first one. I like that. So if you're looking for secrets to take your skills to the next level, this will give us, I think, a pretty good base to build off of, right? And so when we're looking at the idea of a book, like I'm looking at like each section would be its own chapter that we can expand on. So the question is like, so let's move over here, just pull this editor open.
So do you want to place the title in there too? Can we do title, subtitle?
Yeah. So here we got content description. I'm going to do this right there. Title. Actually, this right here. Let's see what it starts us off with. So step 1, get a good drum kit. This is most important because of that right here. All right. No, you're looking for secrets. So step 1, right? So what we're going to be looking now is like, how can we build out the step-by-step format to actually build an outline that we can structure, right? So you're going to have your title, like we looked at over here. We've got your subtitle. So right now we've already got that. We got Rockstar, 11 Steps to Becoming a Drumming God. And so we're looking here, it's like, cool, we get the introduction. Typically the introduction is going to be where like you'd like to spend more time like adding in your own personal experience, your flavor, expanding, on it with like blog post intro, AIDA framework. But, what I want to do here is get an idea of like, what are these different chapters going to look like? So let's just kind of get this thing going to the long format, and let's just pump some stuff out and see how well it follows the steps and see if it's actually going to run that out. So talking about a lot of like drum kits.
That's drum kits.
Steps. So just along the theme of this, I need to get like, now we know that it's going to expand on getting a good drum kit, right? So this is an entire, drums kit set. And so if I want to make step 1 of my book as being like, where do you start if you want to be a drummer? Step 1 is, get a good good drum kit. So now what I want to do is, since I've got an idea of how the book is going to be starting and I want to build on top of this, I'm going to actually come over here and do a blog post outline. And so I'm going to plot that right here. And it looks like it already kind of imported some of it because it's using this tool at the same time.
Get a drum kit, practice. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Fine. So yeah, so it's like step 1 is like do this, right? And so I might look at it and say like, cool, if step 1's get a good drum kit, then step 1 of that chapter is going to be get a good drum kit, right? And so let's just say we have 8 chapters in mind that we want to fill this book out, and we've got want 4 sections inside of each chapter. Like, what happens if you want to join a band or start your own group, right? So like we could spend an entire book on just what looks like a good drum kit, or it's like practice. Like these could be different chapters all in themselves.
Darby, let's expand on the drum kit inside of the blog post outline. So instead of how to be a drumming rock star, drumming god, let's go to get a good drum kit, or getting a good drum kit.
So where would you put that?
So scroll up on the left. On the left, yeah, blog post title topic, right there.
Topic ideas?
No, blog post outline. Go back to blog post outline. And then blog post title topic.
Okay.
Let's expand upon the outline of that chapter, right? So instead of blog post outline, it's chapter
how to get a good drum kit.
Yeah, how to get a good drum kit. And then let's go with Woody, or whatever. Maybe let's go. Can we? Cool. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's see what Jarvis has to say. All right, so figure out what you want, shop for the best price, find a good place to buy it, online or in person, check reviews and ratings on the product before buying it. Right, so this is just like kind of like the guide to like, hey, this is step 1 is like, how do we? So you can
that chapter.
Yeah, and so we could actually like step into each one of these, right? So the best drum kits are brands Yamaha, Wood, and Pearl.
So let's add in 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go expand in the long form of that chapter. So this would be like your heading 2 tag. So there's the getting a good drum kit, right? Then
Yeah.
each when we're teaching, right, and we're teaching the chapter outline, right, for not for the book, but for the specific chapter, we
Yeah.
normally tell people, hey, start with a personal story, then start with the strategy of that then the strategy of that chapter. Beyond that, then it's your actual what you're teaching, right? So
Mhm.
that's the 4 steps. Figure out what you
Right.
want, shop
So
around
this
for the
is
best
story,
price.
like
This
story,
is
like
the actual story. Yeah, and then the conclusion, right? So that's just in the chapter. So now what you're doing, explain what you're doing a little
so
bit.
what
You're
I'm doing
using
now is if I want to start with a story and I need some inspiration around it, I'm using this creative story tool to open up, potentially what, what,
who had been sitting in her, I was 10 years old at the time, as long as I could. Wow, look at that. Holy crap.
so make this to get a good drum kit. This is the most popular part about being a drummer. You can't be good at drumming if you don't have your drums. So make sure to just get them.
So then you go into your story. So intro paragraph, right? Then we go into your story, which is I gazed into the mother's about 10 years ago, right? You could say about 10 years ago or 20 years ago, whenever, right?
Yeah. 10 years ago, I gazed into the eyes of my heartbroken mother who had been sitting and crying. I was 10 years old at the time. I remember all she wanted to do was teach me how to play drums. The first thing that popped in mind.
It's definitely 20 years ago when you were 10, Darby.
Oh yeah.
Don't try to lie about your age.
Hey. He's been pulled out. Look at these letters from Mr. Drummer Man. We read through them and told him much about the drum set. He made himself the trash can. Well, like Tappy again. She called him up. But all she got was his voicemail explaining how to find and buy a good drum set. Cool. And so this is what it said. I wonder, like here, I don't know if you would say that. So it's going to start wherever your cursor is, right?
So figure out what
find
you
out
want. I think you already have that. The best drum kits are made by brands, right?
So this is like, so figure out what drum set you want, right? So let's take this and add it right here. So now step 2, shop around for the best price or let's just say like in your.
Just see if it'll. Let's just see if it'll roll with. If it already knows, like you got to start. Let's see.
You see now it's pulling it from way back there, and so I'm wondering if it's like the first step is deciding here. So it's repeating a lot of this. So I think actually I need to put it in some sort of.
If you highlight shop around for the best price, will it do that?
Let me see, because shop around for the. No, I think let me see, because I remember like when Dave was doing this, he was. It's definitely not.
So maybe highlight and then compose. If it'll.
Okay, so there we go. If you put these pounds, it's going to kind of start it from that section. Looks like. So unless we already said that up here, Rockstar drummers are not cheap. You should always shop around for the best price in your budget. It costs me this much.
So
good price, cost.
Maybe it'll shop around for the best drum set in your budget drums. Let's try that. Delete the Rockstar. Yeah, let's delete that.
Let me see. Here. All about making the drums look good, the pros. And see, it's taking this from up top here as well. Different sounding professional. If budget isn't really tight, you want to try something else out.
Try highlighting just the shop around for the best drum set in your budget and then forming the long form off that. Will it go off of just what's highlighted? Is it?
No, it's not the highlight. It's about telling it where to actually go from here. So tight drums like that. So it seems like it's kind of locking itself in a loop, which is obviously a problem if you're trying to like build stuff out. And so, I mean, I think like the lesson here is like while the blog form content is going to help with expanding on stuff, it doesn't, if you try and skip the outline, you're going to end up with a kind of a jumbled mess. If you try to like just build on the fly, especially for like longer form stuff that you want to tie stuff into, right? And so if we're looking at the storyline for 11 steps to becoming a rock star, becoming a drumming god, you know, I kind of like, part of me is like, okay, like let's like take it back to the beginning and see, like so it's want to be a rock star drummer. This is intro here. These are 11 steps to becoming a rock star drummer. And so could do here too for more specifics, is like to be more specific with it is like actually just put these right here and see if it'll actually come up with the steps, like all 11 of them.
I think it says these is.
These is.
These are. Does it come up with 11?
7. So maybe we just do 7 steps then. You know?
Okay. We like 7. We use 7 a lot. 7-day challenge, 7 week book launch. It's good.
So cool. Practice your drumming skills, learn the basics, join a band, any band as possible. So it's going to be like a mixture of both of these, right? And so we're going to have like the 11 steps on top of it. So 11.6, buy good quality drum set, use headphones when practicing. Okay, cool. So like let's take this, copy it right there. And then let's take this, copy it right here. Practice your drumming skills, same thing. So that's the same thing kind of there. Learn the basic of drumming and how to read music. So we got music right here. We got listen to your notation, find a good teacher. And who can help you with technique and theory. That could also be
listen to your favorite drummers. So add that after it, right? Because you want to do that before or as another step. You know, maybe not an addition.
Another step.
Yeah. Find a good teacher. Listen to your favorite drummers. Imitate their style.
Yeah. Join a band and start one of your own.
Find the right sticks for you. So learn the basics. I think that should go in between 2 and 3, right?
Yeah, totally.
List of songs. That seems like it would go early on too.
Yeah, kind of one in there. Cool. Getting pinged. So find it one sticks, buy some good drum heads. Yeah. So wait. Listen and imitate their style. Oh my God. Record an album of the original song and band. Wooden or metal. You know, it was metal sticks. I've used those before. So these are like steps, right, for something like this. And so like these can obviously be used if you wanted to just keep this to be more of like a blog form. Now the key whenever you want to actually use this to write a book that you're going to put out there, even if it's just an ebook, is like understanding the problems that you're solving, right? And then, you know, a lot of the book process, you know, like you're taking it from a blog, a lot of books are just like really expanded blogs or different blogs that are kind of put together. Right?
I mean, I would say that, and we'll play around with this more. I know we're on a time crunch here.
Yeah.
These are post outlines. Outlines are chapter titles. So we're going to play with expanding upon these chapter titles, and I think we just got to play around with, you know, I know we can get this to work here for an entire outline and get people, you know, a few thousand words. If we got a few thousand words, I mean, a nonfiction book is anywhere from 15 to 20,000 words. So if
Right.
Jarvis can help you get a few thousand words out in 10 to 20 minutes, I mean, that's the start of a really good book. So let's expand upon this even more. I want to give them just a taste of this, and our students a taste of this long form content. And we're going to keep bringing the good stuff. So I'm gonna play around with this with a couple ghostwriters I know, and we'll get even more done.
Yeah, and it's just like, guys, again, awesome announcement the Conversion AI just made here. We're just getting our hands into this kind of thing. Like, this tool is not going to replace the ability to write like books as a human. It's going to help add fuel to the fire. It's going to help amplify what you're already working on. It's going to help you speed up and break through those different barriers you're getting through, finding inspiration for stuff. And also, like, this Conversion AI is not replacing Google Docs. It's giving you a doc that you can work on inside of their framework and stuff, so that you're not having to bounce back and forth quite as much. But we will find, if you're building out 10,000, 20,000 words using like frameworks like this that we have up here inside of Google Docs, you can outline stuff a lot like over here onto the left-hand side for organization, being able to jump back and forth. It is going to get very messy if you're building out a 20,000 word book strictly in here. And I wouldn't recommend that, right? And so, like, still use a Google Doc to your advantage, but organize it, flesh through ideas, get your outline kind of built out this way. And then, just, organize, edit, refine, write with Jarvis, and you should be off to the races. Cool.
All right, we'll keep releasing something. We're going to be doing a couple live writing with Jarvis lives. So if you have questions or want to try it out, I know we just bought. Obviously, we secured the long form content editor. Not everyone has access to it. So if you want some help, if you need some help with ideas, just hop on the live with us, and we'll work with you.
All right. Cheers, y'all.
All right, guys. Cheers.